What's up, guys? My name is Aisha, and my channel is all about health from the top of the head to the soles of the feet. But today we're talking about healthy hair, okay? So regardless of what kind of hair you have, how you choose to style your hair, there are a few things that you want to do to make sure that your hair is healthy, that is vibrant, that is wonderful. But y'all, when you get locks, that stuff kind of goes out the window, and let me tell you why. Because locks are a whole new game. So that is what we're going to talk about today. So stay tuned and let's get into the chat. All right, y'all. So for me, one of the biggest reasons why I got locks is because it did not require a lot from me. I want it to be as easy as possible, but also as beautiful as possible, right? Because we all know that hair is going to require some kind of maintenance. It may not be high maintenance, it may not be anything crazy, but you still got to take care of yourself and try to do that to the best of your ability, right? And so when I got locks, I was like, man, I'm excited not to have to pull my hair back in a ponytail, not to have to twist my hair, not to have all these products when I go and travel, not to have these brushes and blow dries and hair straighteners and all these things. I'm like, y'all, not only did I get time freedom, but it's like pocket freedom, right? Because trying to figure out what products work, trying to make your own products, try to test out different products, it's a lot, and it can become very, very expensive. And we know that for women, our hair is truly our glory. And whether you have a shaved head or whether you have hair down to the ground, whatever you choose to do, you want to look great doing it. And so I opted to get locks because of a few reasons. Now, how I maintain my locks may be different from how other people do it, but this is my story, okay? I'm gonna tell my story. If you can relate, let me know. If you're like, girl, I do this, that, and the other, I wanna know, because it's such a growing community, right, of different locks, different lengths, different ways to grow your locks, different ways to keep your locks. I mean, it's just insane, right? So I want to know all the things. If you do something different, you're like, oh, this works for me, this doesn't, let me know. But anyway, I want to go into the top 3 things I do to maintain my hair, to make sure that it's growing healthy and long and beautifully with no falling out locks and no craziness, no breakage, anything like that. Okay, so the biggest one, the big one, this is my probably #1 reason why I got locks, is because I choose to have very, very low manipulation of my hair. That means that my hands aren't always in my head. That means that when I say I almost never get a style, right? I have once had my loctician curl my hair. That was the only style I've ever done in the last 3 years. All right. And that doesn't mean I don't want any curls. It just means that I don't feel like waiting an extra 2 hours to get them done. That is my preference. You go ahead. But curls honestly doesn't require so much manipulation. It just requires a little bit more time. So I choose to not tug at my hair a lot, because for me, if I'm styling it and doing all these things, it takes away from the benefit from me. And it also, with my hair, even as a loose natural, when I kept my hands out of my head, meaning I didn't manipulate it a lot, I didn't do a lot of styling, that's when my hair flourished. That's when it grew. And that's what attracted me to locks. So I'm like, my hair can flourish just like this. Like, I ain't gotta do nothing else. I wake up in the morning, I take off my silk, my satin bonnet, right? And I go about my day, and this is what you see, right? And so for me, that is the #1 reason why I think my hair has flourished, is because I don't really mess in it a lot. And again, loose natural, same thing. The least amount of times I messed in my hair, the more it would just grow. And when I started to mess in my hair, then it wouldn't. And that's just what it is, okay? So low manipulation. Also, now this is, depending on who you ask, right? Depending on their locks, whatever. You want your locks to be moisturized. You want them to not be dry, but you also don't want to throw on so much moisture that it messes with the integrity of the lock, or it loosens it up, right? Especially in the beginning, y'all. Especially in the beginning. So don't go deep conditioning your hair. No, 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 no. Most of the time, our hair naturally creates a lot of oils anyway. So our hair does get some type of moisture and some love to it. And if you feel like you got to do a little bit more, maybe after like wash day, or if you have like crazy color in your hair, absolutely, you probably need to put a little bit of that moisture back into your hair. But we're not going to do deep conditioners or anything like that. And on the flip side, you don't want your hair dry and chipping off, y'all, because believe you me, although locks are low manipulation, you can still break them off. All right, so if you can see my hair, it is very curly at the ends, and it's been like this for 3 years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. So if I start doing all kinds of crazy stuff, or my hair is super dry and I develop split ends, what's that gonna do? It's gonna split the hair and it's gonna break off. So my hair in turn will get shorter, and I absolutely don't want that, because the whole point, I want my locks, y'all, I want my locks like down here, like, can you see it? I want it to like my belly button, and then I may probably cut it, right? Yeah, definitely cut it. But I want them to grow like that. So in order to do that, I try to make sure as much as possible that if they feel dry, if I just washed it, or if I just put even my black coloring in my hair, I make sure to give it a little bit of moisture back. Now that could be through rose oil or rose water, that could be through oil, like a little bit of spray oil on my locks. And every once in a while, especially when it's super dry, or I've gone swimming and that salt water hits it, that chlorine hits it and just sucks all the moisture out, I'll dilute a little, a tiny bit of conditioner, and I'll just lightly spray it on there, and that's it. And that's what I do, because I want to keep the moisture in my locks, but I don't want to compromise the integrity of the lock, if that makes sense. To make that make sense, y'all. It makes sense to me, right? But we want to keep our locks. We want to make sure that they're hugging each other and not loosening it up, because Lord knows, especially if you are sister locked or anything else that costs you a pretty penny, the saddest thing would be for them to just unravel and become loose again. That's very hard, okay? And then the third thing that I try to do, I kind of mentioned it before, is that one, if I color my hair, I make sure that I put some kind of moisture back into my hair, but also I just let my hair be, right? And so trying not to do too much with it. But even when, so for example, my hair, my scalp, and this is just for me, and this may be for other people who have curlier hair, when it is time to get a retighten, my scalp becomes super sensitive, and it's kind of annoying, right? It's like, oh my God, like even if I pull it up in a ponytail, it's like, and it's like, it's almost like you have little hairs on your like arms, and if somebody sit there and just pulled at them, and you're like, why does this hurt so much? And it's just because those little hairs, I think they become so detached that the weight of the lock just pulls on them a little bit differently, versus like, y'all, I got a fresh retightening right now, so it's looking all kinds of good, versus this where my lock goes all the way up to the scalp and is pulling all those fibers together to make it stronger, right? If you got a thin little rope versus a strong rope, that thin little rope is gonna pop a lot quicker because there's not so much bondage in it, and you got a thicker rope, which is gonna take a long time to manipulate. All right, and so that is why, you know, I choose to have it the way I have it. It's because I want to make sure that my hair is as healthy as it can be. Also, when I'm doing things like I do go swimming, I make sure to cover my hair to protect my hair when I go in that water, because although it may get a little bit wet, overwhelmingly my hair is saturated with salt water or chlorine. Also at night, I make sure to wear or either have a satin pillowcase or some kind of bonnet on my head, and that's all the time. And y'all, my favorite bonnets are the ones that, so back in the day we used to have the bonnets with the elastic around here, so it kind of bunched at your hairline. Ooh, y'all, I do not want my hairline to disappear, so I make sure to have the satin bonnets that has the thick headband around, so that it lays satin all the way through, right? And you can get ones that are bigger and smaller depending on how large your locks are, but just to protect it, one, from the pillow. So if you have, Even if you have a satin pillowcase, maybe you move a lot in your sleep and then your hair gets into the cotton sheets, you know, all this kind of stuff. I want to make sure that my hair is protected at all costs, and it kind of keeps my hair back as well, because otherwise my hair just be doing all kinds of stuff. And granted, y'all, honestly, and this is 100% truth. When I say I wake up like this, this is how I wake up. Like, my hair looks exactly like this. So 10 times out of 10, right? Every once in a while, maybe I'll do something with my hair, but I don't have to touch it. I don't have to do anything with it, and that's what I love about it. So y'all, if you are thinking about locks, if you have locks, these are just a few tips that I could think of. If you have more, please let me know. But this is how I'm growing my hair. This is how I keep my hair healthy. This is how I go about my everyday maintenance for my locks. Again, locks are a beautiful thing, but you got to take care of them, right? It's not no maintenance, it's just low maintenance. So make sure you do. Now, if you have any tips or tricks, I want you to definitely let me know, because I always want to know all the good things, what's going on with your locks, what has worked for you, what hasn't, and any other videos you want to see on anything healthy living. Y'all, I am a health coach. I work with mamas. I work with women. I love all of it. So if you're like, girlfriend, how do you work out with them locks? Oh, let me tell you, just like this. Right? So let me know, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.